The Kunama people, with their rich spiritual and cultural traditions, have deep connection to the natural world and the cosmos, particularly in the way they view the creation of stars and celestial bodies. One of the most significant stories that touches on the creation of the stars in Kunama culture is the star creation story, which is intricately tied to their belief about the cosmos and their ancestors among these stars. One particular important star is the Star of David, the Star of David. The creation story. The creation of the star is often seen as a divine act, one that involves both spiritual and ancestral force. In Kunama belief, the stars are not just distant celestial bodies, but are living sacred entities that hold significance for the community. The story of the creation of the stars varies, but a commonly told version involves the interaction between the divine spirit, the ancestor, and the natural elements. Here's traditional retelling of the star creation myth. In the beginning, the universe was dark, an empty space with no stars to light the night sky. The Kunama believe that a powerful creator, often referred to in different stories as a divine spirit or supreme being, decided that the world needed light and guidance. This creator called upon the ancestors, the first beings who lived on earth, to help in this task. In this task, the ancestors, the first beings who lived on earth, to help in this task. The ancestors, who were believed to inhabit the spirit world, agreed to create the stars as a way to shine light on the world below and guide the living. They took their place in the sky, becoming the stars themselves, their souls now shining bright in the heavens. The stars, once a human, now serves as a guide and protector for the living. The ancestors in the sky continue to watch over their descendants, providing guidance, protection, and wisdom. The stars are not only seen as a sign of the divine, but an active participant in the lives of the Kunama people. The moon is said to have been created as a companion to the stars, helping to mark the passage of time and regulate the rhythm of life. Some stories suggest that the moon was made from the skin of the first ancestors, thus giving it both light and spiritual significance. The sun as more powerful force, it's sometimes seen as a direct extension of the Creator's powerless star and more a representation of a divine authority. One particular important star in the Kunama cosmology is the Star of David. The story of David and his star is an important part of their oral tradition. David's story, a hero among the stars, in Kunama tradition is often considered a great ancestor, a warrior, a hero, or a hero who played a pivotal role in protecting guiding his people. The Star of David represents his ritual legacy and his eternal presence in the sky. According to the legend, David was a man of great wisdom, strength, and courage. He was a leader who embodied the virtue that the Kunama people held dear, a bravery, a leadership, and respect for their ancestors. David was a man of a great wisdom, strength, and courage. He was a leader who embodied the virtue that the Kunama people held dear, bravery, leader, and respect for the ancestor. When David passed away, his spirit did not simply fade into the earth. Instead, his soul was transformed into the brilliant star that took its place in the sky. It is said that this star shines more brightly than any other in the heavens, symbolizing David's last impact on the Kunama people. His star is seen as protector, and many Kunama believe that when they are in need of guidance or facing difficulty, they can look up at the star David, feel his presence watching over them. The Star of David is often a symbol of hope and inspiration. It serves as a reminder to the Kunama people that their ancestors, especially those who were great leaders and heroes, are still watching over them. The star is also used as a point of navigation, guiding travelers at night and symbolizing David's role as guide both during his life and beyond. The Star of David is not just a physical object in the sky, it is a living symbol of their spiritual belief and connection to their past. It is seen as a direct link to the ancestral world. When someone prays or performs a ritual for protection or wisdom, they might invoke the Star of David, asking for his guidance. In the same way, one might seek the counsel of revered elder. The Kunama people look to the stars not only for spiritual guidance but also for practical purposes. The position of the stars and their movements across the sky are used to determine the time of the year, especially important for agriculture practices. The star helped the Kunama maintain harmony with the nature, ensuring that they plant crops, harvest, and elaborate key events at the right time. In some variations of the creation myth, the stars are described as having different roles based on their constellations. For instance, certain constellations might represent clans or a family, with each one associated with specific traits or duties. The stars are seen as having personalities, and their relationship with each other reflects the social and spiritual dynamic of the Kunama people. The Kunama star creation story is more than just a myth. It's a reflection of their deep spiritual connection with the universe. It emphasizes worldview where the physical world, the earth and its elements, and the spiritual world, the heavens and the ancestors, are closely interconnected. The stars, ancestors, and the forces of nature all play a role in ongoing balance of life, death, and renewal. The Kunama people remind themselves that they are part of a larger interconnected cosmic order. The belief guides their actions, their relationship with the natural world, and their understanding of time and spirituality. In Kunama cosmology, the universe creation is intertwined with the actions of divine force and ancestors. The stars, as a vital component of their spiritual worldview, represents more than just celestial bodies. They are seen as both beacon of light and symbol of ancestral presence. The story of how the stars came into being is a deeply spiritual one, with the central ideas being the creator, a divine entity or a spirit often associated with the origin of life, decided that their world need light and guidance from the spirit world. In some retelling, this creator is viewed as a supreme God, while in others it is understood as a collective force or cosmic entity that emerged from the spiritual realm. The creator saw darkness of the sky as an opportunity to bring order and life. The ancestors, beings who lived on earth, were invited by the Creator to take part in this cosmic task. The Creator were not more human spirits, they were divine beings who had the power to shape the universe. This was a pivotal moment as the ancestors were seen as both human and spiritual, acting as intermediaries between the physical world and the heavens. In Kunama belief, each star in the night sky represents the spirit of deceased ancestor. After death, it is believed that the ancestor's spirit ascends to the heavens, where they become stars, continuing their role as protectors, guides, and guardians. The stars are not distant, they are the souls of those who came before, ensuring that the living are never alone or without guidance. Symbol of light and guidance, the act of placing the ancestor as a star in the sky symbolizes the ongoing guidance the living can expect from them. The act of placing the ancestors as a star in the sky symbolizes the ongoing guidance the living can expect from them. Just as an ancestors once guided their people on earth, their celestial counterparts continue to watch over and guide the community from the heavens. The Star of David, a living legacy in the sky. The Star of David stands out in Kunama spiritual belief as a unique celestial symbol. To understand its significance, we need to examine both the historical and symbolical roles that David and his star play in the community. Who was David? David is considered one of the great ancestors in Kunama tradition, a figure of eminence significance. His name is often associated with wisdom, leadership, and courage, traits that are highly valued within the Kunama society. David is portrayed not only as a man who led his people, but as someone who embodied the qualities of a spiritual leader. He was protector of the people, a guide who made sure that his community lived in harmony with the spiritual forces and the natural world. Warrior and leader. David's legacy as a warrior, protector, and leader is intertwined with the celestial story. He is believed to have been centered central figure in various struggles, leading his people to a victory and ensuring that they stayed connected with the divine power of the ancestor. His leadership was considered divine as he followed the spiritual path set by the Creator and ancestors, giving him special favor with the spirits. David's ascension to the stars. Upon David's death, upon David's death, his spirit was not allowed to simply fade away into the earth. Instead, the Creator and the ancestors elevated him to the sky, transforming him into a star, the Star of David, which became the most prominent and radiant in the heavens, a beacon of a living. The Star of David, is not just a celestial body, it is seen as external reminder of David's spiritual significance. Its light in the sky is sign of his continued presence, shining down on the people he once led. This star is not only guide for the Kunama, but also symbol of hope, protection, and courage. In time of difficulty, the Kunama people may look up at this star and feel a sense of strength, as if Dawit himself is watching over them. In addition, spiritual meaning, the stars of Dawit also plays practical role in the lives of the Kunama. They use it for navigation, especially during nighttime travel. It is believed that the star provides direction, ensuring that those who look to it will find their way, not only physically but spiritually as well. The role of Dawit's star in ritual and spiritual practices. In Kurama rituals, in Kunama rituals, the star of Dawit is invoked for blessings and guidance. Here are some of the ways the star is integrated into their spiritual practice. Divine consultation during important ceremonies, particularly those related to a major life event like birth, marriage, or initiation. The Star of David might be called upon. Elders or spiritual leaders in the community may direct their prayer to the star, seeking wisdom or protection from the spirit of David. The star is believed to carry the spiritual strength of David's leadership, and invoking it during key moment is thought to bring about favorable outcomes. When Kunama people face danger or uncertainty, they may look to the Star of David for reassurance. In stories, it is said that the star has power to protect travelers, ward off evil, and grant victory in battles. This belief reflects the star's symbolic connection to courage and spiritual strength, qualities that David himself embodied during his lifetime. The Star of David also serves as a bridge between the living and the stars. By focusing on David's star, Kunama people feel connection to their ancestors in general. The star serves as a channel for ancestral communications, reminding the community that their spiritual line is never broken and that the ancestors continue to offer guidance from the heavens. The Kunama worldview is highly organized and interconnected, where the stars, the moon, and the earth form a spiritual triad that guides life on all levels. The stars and celestial bodies are not only important spiritually but also practically. The position of the star is closely linked to the seasons and the agricultural calendar. Certain stars are associated with specific seasons, either planting or harvesting, and the moon's phase are used to regulate rituals and ceremonies. The stars as temporal markers. Each star or constellation holds significance for the time of the year. Star of David, for instance, might shine brighter during particular times in the agricultural cycle, marking the start of a new season. The appearance of a certain constellation in the sky may signal to the Kunama when it is time to plant crops, celebrate festivals, or initiate other important activities. The stars also serve as moral guides for the Kunama people. By looking at the stars, they believe they can learn lessons from the ancestors who inhabit them. These lessons could be about living a virtuous life, maintaining balance, or respecting the natural world. Key life rituals and celebrations often take place under the stars, reinforcing the belief that the night sky is a sacred space. For example, harvest ceremonies. These are often conducted when certain constellations or stars are visible, as it is believed the ancestors will offer the blessings during these times. These ceremonies include dancing, feasting, and making offerings to the ancestors, ensuring that the community remains in spiritual alignment with the cosmos. The initiation of a young man or woman into adulthood may involve looking to the stars, as it is a time when they seek the guidance of the ancestors. The Star of David, in particular, might be invoked to bless the new initiates and provide them with strength and wisdom for the challenges ahead. By understanding the Star of David and the broader creation of the stars in Kunama cosmology, we can appreciate how deeply spiritual and practical the Kunama worldview is. The stars are not distant personal objects, but living, meaningful symbols that shape their understanding of the universe. The Star of David, shining brightly in the sky, serves as a powerful reminder of the ongoing relationship between the living, their ancestors, and their cosmos. In Kunama cosmology, the stars are not just individual, isolated entities. They form a cosmic family with specific roles and relationships. David's star, as a central figure, is often surrounded by other stars that play supporting roles, particularly the sister stars. These celestial bodies are seen as interconnected beings with specific spiritual and practical purposes, and their interaction is viewed as symbolic of familial relationship on earth. Let's explore these stars in detail, understanding how they work together and how they influence the Kunama people's life. David's star, the guiding protector. The Star of David is the chief star in Kunama cosmology. As we discussed before, it represents David's eternal spirit, guiding his descendants and the community, symbol of leadership and legacy. David is regarded as a model of leadership, wisdom, and protection. His star symbolizes the spirit of an ideal leader who guides with strength and fairness, embodying qualities like courage, justice, and moral integrity. As the brightest star in the sky, the Star of David serves not only as a protector but as a moral beacon for the community. The star is crucial for spiritual navigation as well as physical navigation at night. For the Kunama, it's guide that helps them stay on the right path in both literal and metaphorical senses through difficult journey, whether they be physical travel or life changes. The bright light of David's star is said to ensure that travelers are not lost or led astray, whether they are going in a spiritual quest or facing worldly struggles. During key communal ceremonies, whether they are agricultural rituals, rites of passage, or remembrance ceremonies for the deceased, the Star of David is called upon. The people pray to David's star for strength, guidance, and protection. During these important life events, it is believed that the star's light brings divine clarity, allowing individuals to make important decisions and undertake actions in line with ancestral wisdom. While David's star is often the brightest and most revered, it does not exist in isolation. The sister stars are the celestial counterparts of David, and they share the night sky with him, each carrying distinct role in the spiritual and social order of the Kunama people. In some stories, the sisters are said to be daughters, wives, or companions of David. They represent his family and his connection to the spiritual world. Just as David is the protector and the leader, the sister stars help balance his influence by offering support, nurturing energy, and complementary guidance. The sister stars are often portrayed as feminine or gentler, providing softer form of spiritual energy compared to the more direct and powerful influence of David. Together, they represent cosmic balance between male and female energies, strength and nurturing, leadership and care. The number of sister stars may vary between different Kunama stories and communities, but there are usually 3 to 7 of them. They are thought to represent different aspects of life, like season, fertility, wisdom, and spiritual healing. Seasonal cycles and agriculture connection. Just as the stars help mark the passage of time, the sister stars are often linked with specific seasons. In particular, they are associated with the agriculture calendar, marking a key moments like planting and harvest time. The sister stars are said to influence different rituals throughout the year. For example, some stars may be associated with rituals of fertility, bringing prosperity to crops and livestock, while another may be invoked during healing ceremonies, offering spiritual protection or strength during illness or hardship. Symbol of family unity, the sister stars play an essential role in representing family unity. They are seen as supporting and complementing the leadership of Dawit, emphasizing the importance of collaboration and mutual care within the community. These stars also highlight the importance of balance in the cosmos. The idea leadership alone is not enough without the support of nurturing, protection, and guidance from the other celestial being. The family dynamic between Dawit and the sisters stars. In Kunama mythology, the relationship between Dawit's star and the sister star mirror the social and family structure on Earth. The stars together form cosmic family, each fulfilling different role but contributing to the unity and harmony of the celestial order. As the central figure, David's role of a leader, a protector who ensures that the community is safe from harm and guides them through difficult times. His star serves as the light authority in the night sky, shining bright with power and strength. In this sense, David's star represents masculine energy, not just in the literal sense, but as a spiritual force of leadership and protection. The sister stars as a support system. The sister stars are seen as the nurturer, the companions, and the guides who balance David's leadership. They represent the feminine aspect of spirituality, offering care, wisdom, and support. Each sister star might have different association. One might represent fertility and the seasons. Another might be linked to healing or spiritual protection, and another could be connected to ancestral knowledge or wisdom. Together, they form a spiritual ecosystem. The stars, as a collective family, function together as part of a great spiritual ecosystem, just as an earthly family requires cooperation, balance, and mutual support. The stars embody these values on cosmic scale. The cosmological family teaches the Kunama that true harmony is achieved only when every member, whether human or celestial, understands their role and works together in balance. The connection between the stars and the earth is reciprocal. The Kunama people believe that the celestial bodies, especially the stars, have profound influence on human affairs, but the actions of the people on earth also affects the stars. This interconnectedness emphasizes spiritual balance between the heavens and the earth. What happens in one realm impacts the other. The actions, behaviors, and spiritual practices of the people on earth are believed to directly influence the stars. If people live in harmony with nature and maintain a spiritual balance, the stars will shine more brightly and the community will prosper. On the other hand, if the community falls into chaos, neglects its spiritual practices, or harms nature, the stars may fade or become less visible. This reflects the belief in cosmic law of balance. The stars, particularly Taoist star and the sister stars, are seen as omens or indicators of important events on Earth. Certain positions of the stars or specific interactions between stars might signal changes in weather, prosperity, or danger. For instance, the appearance of a specific sister star in the sky might signify the arrival of rain or a change in the agriculture season, while the position of Taoist star might mark a time of significant leadership, change, or the need for spiritual reflection. In Kunama culture, the stories of the stars, particularly the relationship between Dawit and the sisters stars, are passed down through generations. These oral traditions serve not only as spiritual guidance but as a way of preserving history, culture, and moral teachings. The stories of the stars, especially those involving Dawit and his family, are often used as moral fables. For example, Dawit's leadership and his relationship with the sister stars teach value of cooperation, balance, and respect for both the natural and supernatural world. The star serves as living example of how one should live in harmony with their community and cosmos. Throughout the years, the Kunama perform ceremonies where the stars play central role. These rituals may involve star readings, where spiritual leaders interpret the movement or alignments of the stars to gain insights into the future or to seek blessings. The Star of David is often invoked during these ceremonies as central figure, providing clarity and spiritual protection. In conclusion, the Star of David and the sister stars are not just celestial objects but active spiritual forces that shape the living of the Kunama people. These stars form a cosmic family that represents the balance between leadership and nurturing, guidance, and support. The stars guide the Kunama both spiritually and practically, serving as constant companion in their daily lives. Through the study and understanding of these stars, the Kunama continue to draw lessons that help maintain balance and harmony, both on earth and in heaven. In many African cosmologies, the moon is of immense importance, not just for its role in illuminating the night sky, but for its spiritual symbolism and temporal function. The Kunamas are not different. The moon is considered a feminine celestial entity, often seen as counterparts to the more masculine energy represented by Taoist star and the leading celestial bodies. It is often associated with cycle of change, such as birth, growth, and death. In some interpretations, the moon represents the female ancestors, and its waxing and waning are both to reflect the cycle of life and death in the human world. The moon is strongly linked to fertility and the cycle of nature. Its phase dictated agriculture activity, such as when to plant crops or harvest. In Kunama culture, the moon also governs ritual related to fertility, marking the appropriate time for planting, cultivating, and harvesting crops, as well as for family life rituals. Just as the stars offer spiritual guidance, the moon is thought to have the power to provide light and protection during the dark times. It's considered a protector, particularly for those traveling or performing important activities during the night. The moon's light is thought to be a gift from the divine, providing illumination and spiritual clarity. During full moon rituals or other significant lunar phases, the moon is invoked for its nurturing qualities. It's time when individuals or communities might seek guidance, protection, or blessing for fertility, prosperity, or spiritual healing. The sun as a powerful creator, a symbol of life. The sun is seen as a life giving force, illuminating the world during the day and ensuring the proper cycle of agriculture, growth, and energy. It's tied to creation, the fertility of the earth, and the human vitality. Without the sun, the world would fall into chaos and darkness. While Taoist star is powerful spiritual preference, the sun is often viewed as manifestation of the Creator's power. Some traditions hold that the sun represents divine authority, shining brightly with the Creator's unyielding will. The sun's daily journey across the sky might also symbolize the external cycle of the life, death, and rebirth. During important times, such as the beginning of a season or a change in leadership, the sun may be invoked during ritual of renewal, making the passing of time and divine guidance. The stars in Kunama cosmologies are not simply scattered in the sky, but form constellations and clusters that tell stories, mark seasons, and represent both celestial and terrestrial relationships. The Great Bear, Ursa Major, a symbolic of the elder ancestor in many African cultures, the Great Bear, Ursa Major constellation is viewed as a group of elder ancestors who watch over the living. The Kunama may have their own interpretation of these constellations, associating it with important ritual elders who continue to guide the community even after death. In addition to a spiritual role, the Great Bear may also serve as a timekeeper for the Kunama. Its appearance at the certain times of the year may signal the start of important seasonal ritual or agriculture events. The stars in this constellation, along with the surrounding ones, help determine the flow of time in the Kunama community. The Pleiades, Seven Sisters. The Seven Sisters, while the seven sister Pleiades are often tied to the African cultures, they may also play a role in Kunama belief as a group of celestial sisters, each with her own qualities. Pleiades is prominent cluster of stars visible across many parts of the world, and in African tradition they are often associated with fertility, marriage, and family life. Seasonal importance. The appearance of the Pleiades marks the arrival of the rainy season in many cultures. This aligns with the Kunama's strong agricultural ties, where the coming of these stars is a signal for them to prepare for the planting season. The Seven Sisters may also be associated with the guiding communities through difficult times, offering wisdom for overcoming challenges. The Southern Cross, a symbol of guidance and navigation, the Southern Cross is constellation visible in the southern hemisphere and plays a significant role in many African cultures for navigation and spiritual guidance. For the Kunama, this constellation may be seen as a guardian or traveler and signpost pointing towards divine wisdom and spiritual direction. Connection to ancestral path. The Southern Cross might be seen as marking the path of central spirit of sacred journeys, representing the pathway that leads both physical and spiritual towards the afterlife or higher state of being. The Milky Way and its spiritual meaning. The Milky Way, the vast glowing band of a star across the night sky, plays a significant role in African cosmologies and may also hold deep meaning for the Kunama people. The River of Souls, the spiritual highway. The Milky Way is often seen as spiritual river or pathway of souls that connects the living with the spirit world. It is a cosmic river where the souls of the departed travel along to reach the afterlife or to join the celestial ancestors. This journey is not just physical but also symbolic representation, representing the transition from one realm to another. Ancestral connection. The Milky Way could be viewed as boundary between the realms of the living and the dead. Stars are considered the souls of ancestors who traveled along this path, and it serves as a reminder to the Kunama people of their continued connection with their forebears. The divine bridge between realms. The Milky Way also represents the bridge between the divine and the earthly. It is thought to connect the Creator to the people, providing direct line of communication. In time of spiritual ceremonies, the Milky Way might be invoked to ask for the Creator's intervention or to guide a community in a spiritual journey. Other celestial events such as meteor shower or comets are powerful omens in many African cultures, and the Kunama are not different. These events are often interpreted as a sign from the ancestors or the divine realm. A solar eclipse might be seen as a powerful, a rare event that signals major ritual shifts or divine intervention. In some traditions, it is seen as the sun being swallowed by a celestial being, representing a time when divine authority is hidden or in transition. It could also signal important societal change, such as a shift in the leadership or the need for communal right of renewal. A lunar eclipse could be interpreted as a time when the ancestral spirits are especially active and their presence is felt more strongly. It might be seen as a reminder that the line between the living and the spiritual world is thinner and spiritual communication become more intense. These events might also be a time of reflection or ritual cleansing for the community. By expanding our view of the cosmic family in Kunama belief, we see that stars, the moon, and other celestial bodies are not just objects in the sky, but powerful spiritual entities that shape the lives of the people. From the bright guiding star of David to the seven sisters, the Milky Way, and the eclipse, each celestial body has rich and unique role helping to maintain balance between the physical and the spiritual world. The cosmos, as perceived by the Kunama, is deeply interconnected living entity where every star, every moon phase, and every celestial event carries meaning and wisdom.